If you've recently started eating a carnivore diet or you've been thinking about it, this warning's for you.
Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. Larry here. Glad you stopped by for a few minutes on this beautiful South Carolina day. Hope wherever you're at in the world, it is half as nice as it is here. 80% of our videos are geared toward our current audience, but I'm hoping this video will reach some new eyeballs, as I have a warning that not many people talk about here on YouTube. But first, let's kick off the video with a little mental clarity trivia. What year was Dr. Atkins' Diet Revolution first published? Was it A, 1952, B, 1962, C, 1972, or D, 1982? As always, gang, put your best guess down in the comments, and I'll let you know here in a few minutes if you were right. In the 4 years my wife Cassie and I have been documenting our carnivore diet journey back to better health here on YouTube, we've had our ups and downs. We've gained weight, we've lost weight, documented everything here for our audience to see. During that entire time, I've only made one video on this subject, and that was about 3 years ago when we had maybe 5,000 subscribers. So we have quite a few more new people that maybe have never heard this subject talked about. Real quickly, I'm gonna go over some of the amazing benefits Cassie and I have experienced eating the carnivore diet, and then we'll discuss that elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. But first, I wanna thank the sponsor of today's video, Element. Element electrolytes come in these convenient single serving packets. Each one contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Those of you who have recently started a carnivore diet may be noticing you're urinating a lot, maybe 5 to 10 times a day. And that's because when we're not consuming carbohydrates, our body releases all that extra water it's been holding on to. Element's science-backed formula will keep those brutal headaches and dreaded muscle cramps away, all while keeping you hydrated and feeling great. Cass and I received our recent order of Element Sparkling just a few days ago. All of Element's amazing hydrating power plus great taste in a 16-ounce can. We highly recommend you give these a try. You will not be disappointed. As always, Element's offering our viewers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 free single serving packets with any Element order. You can have Element delivered right to your home using our link below at drinkelement.com/Carnivore Quest. This is absolutely and 100% the best way to get the quality electrolytes you guys need and support our channel at the same time. So head on down to drinklmnt.com/Carnivore Quest and get yours today. And Element's customer service is top notch. For any reason, if you're not 100% satisfied with the product, keep it and receive a full refund. Thanks again, Element, for sponsoring today's video. So first, let's go over the benefits that Cassie and I have experienced eating a carnivore diet. Initially, 5 years ago, the reason we started the ketogenic diet and eventually ended up transitioning into carnivore was to cut sugar completely out of our diet. And that's because Cassie survived stage 3B sigmoid colon cancer about 7 years ago. After Cassie's successful surgery, having a large portion of her colon and the cancer removed, we did a lot of research and we realized we had to cut that sugar out of our diet. And I'm thankful to say to this day, Cassie is still cancer free. So that's a huge benefit of the carnivore diet or the ketogenic diet or ketovore. But that was our main goal. Another great benefit that I experienced was getting off my blood pressure medicine. I was only on the carnivore diet for about 30 days and I was able to get rid of my lisinopril, which I had been on since I was about 32 years old. Carnivore diet took care of that. No need for that medicine anymore. Cassie also has Hashimoto's hypothyroidism, and her medication has been reduced 3 times. Another thing we got off of was ibuprofen. I took 16 to 20 ibuprofen a day for chronic pain, and I've done videos specifically on that subject because it is amazing how much I was taking. I was eating them like candy because I was hurting every single day of my life. And after about 45 days on the carnivore diet, Cassie asked me, when's the last time you took an ibuprofen? I hadn't even thought about it. And I was like, man, it's been a little while, maybe a week or two. So it did not take long at all. Of course, Cassie and I both experienced a huge boost of mental clarity And unless you've been through that, it kind of sounds like, oh, come on, your diet's gonna, make you think clear. It really does. And something that goes along with that is curing depression. When I was at my heaviest, yeah, a little down, a little depressed, but Cassie really noticed a huge improvement in her depression. She was a completely new person. When she was at her heaviest, around 275 pounds, she was pretty bummed out on a daily basis. And for our subscribers who have been with us a long time, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Speaking of our subscribers, you guys want to put anything down in the comments? Any of the benefits you've experienced on the carnivore diet for any newbies? That would be really great. And of course, there's weight loss. Now, I at one time lost 100 pounds eating the carnivore diet. And Cassie, right now, I think she's down around 90 pounds. She was down 100. She gained a few pounds back. But as I sit here and talk to you guys, I can no longer say I've lost 100 pounds eating only meats. And that's a bummer, for sure. But that's the warning I want to talk to you guys about today. Especially if you're new to this space and you're thinking about trying the carnivore diet for the first time, I just want you to know, most people lose weight very easily on this diet. But if you get off the diet and you start eating standard American diet crap food again, burgers, pizza, you know the things, as Cassie would say, the weight will come back on at an unbelievable pace. And I know this from experience, my friends. Early in our journey, I was on the carnivore diet for a couple months, doing great. Cassie and I both made some mistakes. We started binging on regular food again, and we gained a ton of weight. Then we each lost 100 pounds. Then at the end of last year, I again started making some mistakes. Cassie and I went out for our 21st wedding anniversary, and we went to an Italian restaurant. I thought I could handle it. Had a great meal. The following day, I had another bad meal. The day after that, a couple more bad meals. And I had a 3-week period where I ate nothing but crap. Where Cassie, she did what I was hoping to do. After we had our, full on, 12-course Italian meal, she went right back to carnivore and she was fine. I didn't do that. And I put on quite a bit of weight in that 3 weeks, but it wasn't just that 3 weeks, because at the time I was trying to get back on track. So after that 3 weeks of totally eating garbage, I said, okay, time to eat a steak. I'm going to start the carnivore diet. I would do good for 2 or 3 days, and then I'd slip up again, because once you go off the rails, the cravings come back, and it's hard to get, your footing. It wasn't just a 3-week binge. It was, eating good for 2 days, then I would slip again. Got to try again. Eat good for 2 or 3 days, and that went on for a couple months. And I was still putting on the weight. And I put on over 60 pounds, and I think it was about 3.5 months, which is pretty quick. And I remember the very first time Cassie and I did the ketogenic diet. I remember specifically her dad was down visiting, and he said he had tried the Atkins diet, years back. And he said, man, the weight comes on quick, be wary of that. And man, he was right. But I guess it's that way with anything you're going to do. Let's say you're going to do calorie restriction, eat a normal diet, and exercise a lot. You're going to lose weight. You stop doing that, and you're going to put the weight back on, right? So I guess it's that way with every, life change you try and make, as far as your diet goes. But it's astonishing how fast the weight comes back on. And when you're playing that game of, I'll get back on tomorrow, the days fly by. You blink an eye and all of a sudden you've gained 65 pounds. It's like, oh my gosh. And this last time around, I did it here on YouTube, which wasn't a lot of fun. But, Cassie always says, the one thing everybody can say about you, Larry, is you never give up. And yeah, I still haven't given up. I'm down, last I checked, 17 pounds since the first of the year. And, that's when I recommitted on January 1st. You guys know I've been fighting back. But the very first time, Cassie and I really committed to the carnivore diet, I lost 50 pounds in 60 days. But I started out a lot heavier than I am now. I was 360 pounds, where this time I think I got up to like 317. That's where I started. I'm right around 300 pounds right now. Guys, comment down below if you've had any experience, regaining the weight, and let the new people know how fast it comes on. And not a lot of people talk about this. I have all the respect in the world for the other carnivore diet YouTubers, or ketogenic, or I just haven't seen any videos discussing it. Maybe there are some out there, but the weight comes on fast. And I think you just got to make up your mind that you're going to be eating this way for the rest of your life, unless you drastically change something. Like, let's say somebody loses 200 pounds eating carnivore, and then they go back to a low calorie standard American diet. They watch their calories, they exercise more. Yeah, you could probably transition to that and keep the weight off. But I've never heard of anyone doing that. So, we talked to, thousands of people in our private Facebook group and on Instagram, and I've never heard anybody doing that, losing a bunch of weight on carnivore and then switching over, to a traditional lifestyle where you're eating the standard American diet, exercising, and, watch what you eat and keep it off. I've never seen anybody do that. So if you know anybody who's done that, put that down in the comments too. I'd like to hear that. There might be a lot of you out there who slipped up a little, maybe had a little cheese in your diet, a little more than you, had planned to. And you can gain 7, 8, 9 pounds just a water weight really quick. But it's more than water weight when you're gaining, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds. That's fat coming back on your body. And man, I've never seen anything like it. Like I said, it comes on quick. So this was just a friendly warning to anybody thinking about starting a carnivore diet, or anybody thinking about having a cheat day. For most people, if you're gonna reap the rewards of a carnivore diet, you might as well give in to the fact that you're gonna eat this way for the rest of your life. Before I let you guys go, here's the answer to today's mental clarity trivia. What year was Dr. Atkins' Diet Revolution first published? Well, the answer was C, 1972. You guys recently know Cassie went to Ketovore, and that was for other reasons. It wasn't lack of variety. She just, well, you guys know. You guys who have seen her previous video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it right here where she explains everything. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Remember, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Later.